Demsey McKean, how are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Very good.
Excellent.
Good fight, this, isn't it? You and Moses. It's one he's wanted for a while. He's been calling your name. What did you think when you first heard him call you out? Were you like, what's he coming after me for? Like, leave me alone, sort of thing. Or what were you thinking?
Not really. It's like when you want a big fight, you kind of have to get vocal about it as well. And look, in the long run, it paid off, didn't it? Got my attention a little bit. They come to us with a good offer, and we negotiated. And we met on good terms. And look, we're both excited. This is a fight I want as well. He's got a world ranking. I don't have a world ranking anymore. So this is another quick trip for me to get back in the world ranking and top contention and open up some bigger doors in the future. But obviously, all eyes on Moses to start with. For
him to target you, he must have seen something. His team must have seen something to think that you're beatable, right? They're not going to call out, there are names that they're not calling out. They're not calling out the world. Why do you think they are calling out Demsey McKean?
I think it's numerous things as well. Obviously, coming off a loss as well. Like, he can call out the Dubois and the top guys as well, but they're not going to take him serious because it's a numbers game. Like I said earlier, he's only had the 10 fights. It's a risk versus reward. He's a crafty person. Are they going to take a risky fight against someone who's got a good skill set that's only had 10 fights? They lose to someone with 10 fights. Their career's pretty much, I wouldn't say done, but they've got a bit of rebuilding to do. But, you take a loss against someone like a Herkovich or a Joseph Parker, that's kind of established themselves a lot longer. It's not as bad as a loss to losing to a prospect with 10 fights.
Do you feel like he's, or the team in general, just bitten off more than they can chew with you? Do you think they've just kind of misinterpreted what you are and where you are in your career?
Yeah, look, I know they know it's going to be a hard fight. It's not going to be a walk in the park, let's be honest. I'm an experienced professional. I've been in there with some good guys and I've got a good skill set as well. I'm not going to sit there and plod along in the middle of the ring and let him hit me. I'm going to use my footwork and my speed, my agility and my athleticism as well. I'm going to be moving around. A lot of his guys that he's fought are kind of happy to, take a knee and take their paycheck and get out there as quick as possible. So I'm coming to win. I want to win, and there's something that he hasn't faced yet either. But they're doing what any promotional team does, and obviously they have faith in him to beat Mike Tyson's record of obtaining the world title. And you got to take big step-up fights to be able to do that. So, and I've called their plan as well. They're overlooking me to take out me and then go to Joseph Parker and fight for the interim WBO title, and that's their quickest route to getting the world title. And even he said it to me as well. He's like, "How did you know our plan?" I said, "Mate, this is the same thing me and my team would do if we wanted to take the same route as well." And I said, it's a dangerous game to overlook people at the top level as well. You've got your eyes set on a world title and Joseph Parker, and it's going to lead to this. And you can forget about what's in front of you. And if that's a tough task, it's going to get dark and lonely in there.
Boxing is riddled with stories of overlooking the opponent for the bigger picture. Do you really feel he has been overlooking you? Do you think he still is after this week?
Well, he said earlier, he was overlooking me. He was honest in the face-off as well, and he said, now I've seen you and heard you at the press conference yesterday. He's like, "Oh, no, you're coming to fight now." So obviously it's a bit of a wake-up call. So the last few weeks since this fight's been made, he's been overlooking me. He probably thinking it's going to be an easier fight, so now it's flipped on its head, hasn't it? It's a different shock to him as well. So now he's got to really hone in the next 8 weeks. And I think that's where the age comes into play as well. He's 19, and I don't know about you, but how was your thought pattern when you were 19 years old as well? So I'm definitely a lot more mature. I'm older than him as well. I'm 34 years old. I'm experienced. I'm a lot more mature now as well, and that plays a big part in the boxing game too.
So what is your key to winning? It's more than just experience, right? More than just knowing more. Physically, what can you do that can cause him trouble in there?
Got to hit him more than he hits me. That's the aim of the game, and I don't want to give too much away, but my team has been studying him and still study him, and we've come up with a good game plan to be able to negate his strengths. And his team is going to do the same as me. I've got holes in my game, he's got holes in his game, and it's up to our teams to come up with a good strategy and a fight plan to be able to accomplish that in the ring. And we both want to come out with our hand raised. So it's who's going to come up with a better game plan and who's going to want it more.
You want it more?
Of course I want it more. I've got a little son now. He's 3 months old as well. So I'm no longer fighting for myself. I'm fighting for the future of my son. And I want to prove to him, and I want to make him proud when he's older as well, and the accomplishments that I've obtained over the years. And of course I'm a winner. The last fight I was undefeated as well, and I'm used to winning. I love winning. I want to get back to those winning ways.
What would a win mean to you?
Mean everything as well, to open up some big doors. And like I said, I'm not looking past Moses. Moses is my fight that's in front of me. And obviously I beat him. That opens up big doors. You have a good performance on a Riyadh season in Saudi, mate, and you're then in the mix with the top contenders and the top heavyweights. So it's hard to get onto a Saudi card, but once you're on there and you win, you're getting circulated with the top guys as well. And obviously your future's pretty much set. You're looking forward to big fights and good paydays and good titles, and then possibly push for a world title in due time.
This is a real one, isn't it? This is a real fight.
It is a real fight, and he knows that. I know that. There's a lot on the line. Everyone's saying there's a lot of pressure on. There's probably more pressure on him because he's got records to beat and this to obtain, and but there's pressure on me. It's like I want to still do well in the sport. I still want to fight the top guys. I want to win a world title. I want to fight for a world title. So there's a lot on the line for me as well, is just as much as him.
What do you make of him? Being around him, you've faced off now. I think you've done a DAZN head-to-head, is that right? And you've faced off face-to-face at the press conference. What do you make of him?
He's a nice kid. He's a nice guy. You can't not like him. He's respectful, and we had a bit of banter beforehand as well, and we're having a chat. But it's like I'm not one of those guys that needs to have animosity and anger towards someone to be able to punch them in the face on fight night. It's just a business. It's like I'm a nice guy, and a lot of the guys in the boxing world are nice guys. Some people need to fight and find that mongrel and the anger and the animosity to be able to fight someone, but I'm like, I can shake someone's hand before the fight, we can have the fight and we go for a beer afterwards. That's the type of guy I am. You can be friends. So it's a weird sport we're in, isn't it? It's like you be friendly with someone, you're in the ring, and you want to hurt him as much as he wants to hurt you, and then you can go for a beer afterwards and have a laugh, and you earn that respect. So there's not many sports in the world that people can say that you can do that. So,
final one, finish the sentence. Demsey McKean wins because
I want it more, and I'm more skilled, and just I want it more. Like I need this fight.
Best of luck.
Excellent, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Appreciate it.